Hi, my name's Alien. This is my co-star, Gizmo. He loves treats. I just wanted to introduce myself and explain what Driftopia is all about and how beautiful it is. They got the nickname Alien when I was younger. I grew up in White Rock, British Columbia, and everybody had nicknames. And for some reason, I had a huge head for my body when I was younger, like an alien, I guess. And I can also do this crazy arm trick where I'm like double jointed, so I can like spin my arm around. It's kind of hard to do on the table, but you can spin it around. I'm originally from, I was actually born at Children's Hospital in Vancouver, and then lived on Low Heat Highway in Burnaby till I was about, I don't know, grade 2, and then moved to White Rock, BC, and that's kind of where I grew up as a kid, pretty much there. I started skating in 1993, so pretty much 31 years ago. And yeah, it was just from the beginning, I loved it. Well, pretty much it all started. I didn't get very good grades in high school, and the only one I actually got like maybe a C plus in was woodworking class in grade 9. And from then, I didn't even finish high school at that point. So when I left, I skated for years, and then I met a guy named Seb. He builds all the ramps in Vancouver, pretty much, or all the vert ramps over years in Vancouver, tons of stuff. But he taught me tons in Vancouver before I moved up to the Kootenays, how to build all different types of ramps, and not really concrete, but that's what got me into woodworking. And then my friend Danny Haig owns a company called Van Urban Timber in Squamish, and I was just so stoked to see what he was doing with like his sawmill, and I thought it was really cool to like, once I even got like a chainsaw or to get a sawmill, to be like, oh, this would be really fun to see what logs look like when you cut them open, you know. In the beginning, I moved here into Josh's old house. I lived in a school bus for the first summer. I taught skateboard lessons, and then I learned that Josh really wanted a bowl in his backyard, and I kind of thought about building him a bowl in the backyard where we were at the house, kind of closer to Castlegar than my house. But in the end, I was like, that's going to be a big thing to take on. Maybe I should just like fucking build something once I find my own place, you know? And when I was searching for houses, I literally wasn't even caring about like what the house looked like. It was more the fact that I wanted to see where the Love Bowl was gonna go. So it was like 7 to 8 years in the making for sure. And then when everything went through, I was like, this is it. This is gonna be the house where we put it. Josh is Josh Even, my friend that passed away in 2010 in a motorcycle accident. And the reason why we built the bowl, this is kind of answering more questions, but we built the bowl in memory of him because we shaped it in a heart as well, and we wanted to. He just gave his heart out to so many people, and I think it's cool that we shaped it like a heart, and everybody that comes enjoys it, and I tell them the story when they come and visit. Driftopia, the name was built from my company called Driftwood Works, and I called that because I started collecting driftwood in the beginning to start my woodworking company, and I just do like small candle holders and stuff like that, and I was just using material that I had around because I couldn't afford to buy a chainsaw or a sawmill. And then I just like kind of put Skatopia mixed with Driftopia. And Skatopia is an amazing place too in the States. I just thought I didn't want to step on their toes or anything. I just thought it'd be cool to put the two things together Drift and Topia. That's kind of where it grew into. I'd say my biggest slam in skateboarding was when I hit my head in California on this concrete rail. I was like down in California with Bradley Shepard, and I was skating with like I think it was a zero team, and I smoked my head pretty hard. I remember I couldn't see, like when I was on the ground, I couldn't see up, and I was in like had a gnarly concussion in my ears, and my nose was bleeding. And I remember driving home and being like, "Well, I guess I got to figure something else out," because it kind of scared me in a little way. I guess it happens with everybody that skates professionally. Something happens to their body where it kind of puts things into perspective to in a certain way. And I really wanted to have like a big land with this big. I really loved woodwork too. That's why I wanted to build Driftopia as well. So having this place in my dream was the motivation to be like, I gotta move away from the city as well. I think skateboarding is and woodworking combined, like together, is really cool because when I skated, I would always be like, oh, I want to learn this new trick. And with woodworking, there's so many options as well as skateboarding where you could be like, oh, I want to learn how to build this type of table, or I want to go mill this tree and see what it's like if I cut it this way, or I don't know. It's just similarities for sure. That's kind of why I find it addicting, and it's endless because you can do whatever you want. The same with skateboarding. I'd say the best tool in my shop would have to be the CNC machine. That was a game changer. It pretty much planes every type, size of wood I have. It can cut like super intricate into any type of wood as well. It just opened up the door for so many different types of art that I never thought I could do. For years, I've been looking for like this magic root ball from a tree because the tree grows down and there's this crazy root mass. And then there's a place called Duncan Lake locally out here that when they come up, when they drain the lake, it goes like this. And I really want to do like a quarter pipe inside the log. I've been wanting to do it for years, but I got to find one that's big enough first off and figure out how to like what finish to put on it so when your wheels go up it you don't fucking sink into it. It's not a real thing yet.
Oh my gosh.
I think being surrounded by sawdust and mountains and turkey vultures, I think it's sweet because they they I don't know, like out here compared to the city, you kind of have more time to think about your goals and dreams than being in the city where you're like, holy fuck, that car is coming this way, or like there's an ambulance, or there's a fire truck, or I got to go do this because this guy's coming at this time. It just gives you more time to think about stuff that you really hone in on, you know? When I was living in the city, it just there was a lot of amazing stuff, don't get me wrong. I just felt like I there's just more freedom, and like when I came out here when I was the first time in 2000 with Josh on a Black Russian trip, I had dinner at his grandma's house and we sat at the picnic table and she just made us this amazing dinner, and I remember it was just so peaceful and so quiet and you could hear the crickets. I don't fucking hear that in the city. And like people come out here when they visit, they tell me how peaceful it is and they get to have like a little bit of serenity because the city has gotten so busy that people don't realize that they're not even looking up anymore and smiling at each other, and I think that's missing. I don't know. I really think coming out here for just a little bit is very good for your soul. Fuck, that's a fully loaded question. It would be really cool to just have a group of friends from Vancouver here and we're making homemade pizzas in the pizza stove. and we're just talking shit around the fire at night, drinking some beers. When I lived in Robson in a house with Jack, but we come outside and he starts barking a little bit, and there was like a massive brown bear mom with two cubs in the tree right beside my front door. So that was pretty terrifying. And one time I got made fun of because I think I yelled, "Oh my God, there's a moose!" But it was a elk. Because right when I got here, I was such an amateur at everything. My spirit animal is definitely a bison, because, or a buffalo, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. I just love them because they kind of don't give a fuck and they don't have rules. And I love the fact that they go into storms. They don't like veer away from them. I hope when somebody rolls up for the first time and all they've seen is like social media stuff, they realize how much bigger it is, because everybody that shows up is like, "Oh, I didn't realize everything was so spread out and there was these beautiful mountains surrounding it." And it's so hard for me to explain or show to everyone that the view, like photos and videos don't do it justice. But I would say overall, I don't want you to feel like you're at a skate park. I want you to feel like you can be as free as you want. So I want it to feel like a sanctuary where people can be who they want to be all the time when they're here. You don't have to be someone else, because it's not an amusement park. It's totally different. It's its own entity, and when you come, you'll understand what I mean. I would say right when I moved here, don't think that you can just go live on Crown land and build Driftopia. You kind of have to follow some rules. And I learned that as time went on. But I think it's good to fail, and you should do that, because you never know how you're going to get to your fucking main goal, right? It's just, you got to do what you got to do to make it happen. I feel like over time, since 2019, the growth has been great. I've heard lots of positive response. I just want to hear more ideas from other people too, because it's when you visit, you have different ways of looking at it, and I like hearing people's perspective. If you could just like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be amazing. I thank you all for all the support so far up to this point. And you can totally, I want to go old school on this. It would be really funny, I think. If you mail in questions or gifts, I'll post it on our YouTube channel live, and you can also email at this link below. And then I'll put the address for the mail down there as well. I love you guys all. Bye.